Timberwolves, they have taken every hit this postseason, and yet, friends, some way, somehow, they kept fighting, facing elimination in Target Center, and the environment, it seemed absolutely insane. I love this. Everyone showing up in Dante DiVincenzo jerseys.
We probably got about 20 of his on-cams.
Hello! Terrence Shannon Jr.
Well, have you a moment?
3 straight DMPs, and he showed up and helped key this offense. Nikola Jokic going to work over Rudy Gobert.
Everyone says the league is about point guards, about wings. Hello, we got a great center battle, and this one goes to the Frenchman.
But he was dishing out some assists, too. Just call him Point Rudy. In the third quarter we go here. The Nuggets not going away quickly. Nikola Jokic, little push shot.
You see the contest?
That's that feathery touch.
Good enunciation.
Kicks it out in the corner. Cam Johnson.
Feathery.
He hits the 3.
Cam Johnson was balling.
Little pass there. A nice one by Jokic. And then Jaden McDaniels drives at Murray.
This is his moment.
He was a monster.
Backing down from anybody on either end. He was letting Jamal Murray have it. 2 minutes left in the third. McDaniels goes to work. Holds.
Can I say something, Malika? This is the best of playoff basketball. You have a team defying the odds, playing hard. They made me a fan. I won't get a tattoo, but they made me a fan.
There may be some new tattoos happening in Minnesota. Tyus Jones can't quite get that one to fall.
This what I love. This was my favorite part.
So the fight?
Ain't nothing but a little push.
No, what's the word, Malika?
It's a little kerfuffle. It's not a full fight. It's just a little kerfuffle. So here's how the disciplinary action was handed down. Some technical fouls. Jokic, Clark, Naz Reid for their involvement in the scuffle, the kerfuffle. But that's how we like it. Play on. No one ejected. Midway through the fourth, Gobert.
Look at Rudy.
That's a dime!
Look at Rudy.
Point Rudy.
He had 8 assists on the night, too, by the way.
Foot elevated.
That was crucial.
Terrence Shannon Jr. elevates.
The trust, the isolation at that point of the game.
A-Rod starting to be able to feel it. Next Minnesota possession. McDaniels pulls.
Giving me Kawhi Leonard vibes.
The Timberwolves, they go on to win this one and close out the series. Here's head coach Chris Finch with his team.
And they chose to play us. Great job. All f***ing heart. Way to bring it. Good job. Let's go. Let's go. They f***ing chose us. Here we go.
They took it personal. I mean, Denver had the chance to pick who they wanted to play coming down the stretch, and they chose us. And we used that as a motivation all the way through preparation and through the series. They chose us. They didn't have to choose us. They chose us. And our guys were up for the challenge of that.
Man, they say elephants don't forget. How about Timberwolves? They do not forget. And look at this, the Nuggets offense, that was the story of their entire season. They led the NBA in scoring during the regular season, but the Timberwolves didn't care. Their defense shut that down. Denver scored under 100 points twice during the entire regular season. Hey, how about their 6-game series against the Wolves? They were held under 100 3 different times. No Anthony Edwards, no Dante DiVincenzo or Ayo Dosunmu, but the Wolves, they got Jaden McDaniels, and so do we off a dramatic Game 6 win. Jaden, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate the time.
Thank you for having me.
We really do. I'm not sure how much you've been online or how much you've seen fans' reactions, but everyone's calling back that Anthony Edwards quote. They might have KD, in this case Jokic, but we have Jaden McDaniels, and you took on an entirely different role this series. Is this the best basketball you've ever played?
Yeah, I would say it's probably up there for sure, rather than when I was in high school. But this is the biggest stage, and so, yeah, I'll count this as the best series, best game I've ever played for real.
I think, watching it, absolutely. It was so much fun to see. And did you hear that quote getting called back? You got Jokic, but we got Jaden McDaniels.
Yeah, I've seen it all week, all series. Everywhere I go on my phone, I see a little clip, and hey, and he be telling the truth.
Hey, you know what? You backed him up. And I think there's a case that this was the best home win. I mean, obviously your individual performance, but as a team in franchise history. You're drawing comparisons to the We Believe Warriors, another team that the Dallas Mavericks chose to play. What do you think of that comparison?
I mean, it's a great comparison. I would say it's just the work that we put in as a team. Like, people staying ready. We have some injuries, but the young guys was ready. TJ, Nas stepped up, Bones, Jalen Clark. So, I mean, it's just a tribute to the work we put in and them just being ready to play.
Yeah, Terrence Shannon Jr., great call out there. The fact that he was 3 straight DMPs and then came in that ready was pretty impressive to see. But one of my favorite pieces of this game is the entire team all of you walked in wearing Dante DiVincenzo's jersey, repping for him, and then he was actually on the sidelines to watch the win. Whose idea was it that everyone was going to wear this, and what did it mean to have him in the building?
Mike put a couple of us in a group chat that just making us aware if we wanted to do it, and we all texted like if one of us going to do it, we all going to do it. So it's pretty cool. It just shows how tight we are as a group, and like it's a family here, and that we all love each other, and we don't want to see one of our members going down. But it was great to see Dante on his scooter moving around and stuff. It was pretty cool just to see him in high spirits. So it's always nice seeing that.
He had his foot elevated like above his chest, making sure that he was still following the doctor's orders, but was showing up for his brotherhood. Hey, when you have a defensive performance like the one that you had, we had to bring in a defensive stopper of our own. Kendrick Perkins is here with something for you.
Hey, young fella, man, I want to say thank you. Thank you, because as a former player, I love the rivalry, the beef, the intensity of this series and what you brought to it. But look, you did an outstanding job, but another person that did an outstanding job is Rudy, right? And you talk about his impact against Jokic. Tell us more about Rudy, the type of guy he is, the teammate, how the level of focus going into that series with that matchup against Jokic.
Nah, I mean, Rudy, he's a great teammate. I mean, he always wanted to see us succeed. For me especially, he's always making sure I'm okay, on the right page. And I mean, he's the toughest person I've seen do this to Jokic, and that's just the work that he put in. And I know he got a chip on his shoulder not being on the list of the defensive players of the year. So, you know, like, we got another matchup next up, Wemby, and I know he's going to be ready for it. So it's just great to see him playing like this.
Denver, the animosity, the intensity between your two teams, I would say this is a rivalry. What would you say?
Yeah, you could say it's a rivalry. I mean, it's up there now. I don't know if we can anymore after we beat them like 2-3 times, but it's cool.
You're saying that they can't be in your class anymore because you guys have gotten the last 2 series?
Basically.
Well, that tracks, Jaden, because you gave a very, how should we say, a blunt assessment of the Nuggets. It got a lot of fans' attention when you described their defense and called them out by name. But now it's San Antonio Spurs. So be honest. What's your assessment there?
I'll say if we stay together, we stay locked in and just be listening to our coach and just stay together. That's what got us through this series, through injuries, through everything. So us staying together, I feel like we could beat anybody.
Absolutely. I can tell you've gained so many fans. If you didn't already, I see why Minnesota fans get their teams, their players tattooed on them. You guys play hard. You guys show up for this team. I don't know if there's any McDaniels tattoos that are popping up, but I would not be surprised if we start hearing about those.
He's a household name now.
Yeah, right, in the future. Jaden, thank you so much. Congratulations, and we can't wait to see you work to prove Perk wrong in the next series.
Appreciate y'all. It was good to talk to y'all. Good to see y'all always.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I want to be clear. I think the story here is Minnesota. Really, what they did, I know you two agree, it was so impressive. However, the fallout for the Nuggets here, this was a catastrophic loss. They were on the mountaintop in 2023. They won their first NBA title. And I think we all said that they could win another one, another 2, another 3. But it's been a little bit of a disappointment in the playoffs ever since. They've won just 16 of 32 postseason games. So let's take a listen to Nikola Jokic after being eliminated.
I mean, we just lost in the first round, so I think we are far away. Definitely, if you're in Serbia, we will get fired.
You want to spend the rest of your career with the Nuggets. Has anything about this season changed that outlook with your extension looming this offseason?
Yeah, I still want to do Nuggets forever.
Is it safe to assume you will plan to sign that extension then when they offer it to you?
I still want to be Nuggets forever.
All right, I take that at face value, Shanae, Perk, but how are you digesting the Nuggets series loss, Shanae?
There is no reason why the Nuggets should have lost that game. There's no reason. When you're missing Anthony Edwards, Dante DiVincenzo, the guy that was on a heater, Ayo Dosunmu, you should not have lost that game. To me, there's no excuse. And I look at the foreseeable future for the Denver Nuggets. Obviously, that man, Nikola Jokic, is at the center of it. But what happened in this series, particularly this last game, they were the first team, the Timberwolves, in NBA history to win a game while missing 3 players who averaged 10 points per game in that series.
Which is incredible.
It's wild. And so you were gifted the lack of availability of star players, or at least hot players, in this series, and you weren't able to win. And I think this is when you look in the mirror. I know Michael Jackson movie's outside. It's time to look at the man in the mirror and make a decision on how this group can be maximized. I know that they were missing some players, but when you have about 40 points per game plus of offense on the floor, and it was a how bad do you want it game, you can't lose a series like this.
And Jokic is still adding to his legacy, right? And he's going to continue to add to his legacy. It's an accountability moment for Jokic, right? The knock on him being his defense, being somewhat of a defensive liability. We remember when Luka had that knock. He went into that offseason, and what did he do?
He went on the cover of Health magazine.
Okay, so Jokic has to do the same. But past that, I'm not going to even dive into the greatness of Jokic. He's the top 10 center of all time in my eyes, but I guarantee you he wants to get into the top 5 conversation. The bigger thing that's at stake right now, can you get it done with this duo again in Murray and Jokic as far as getting them to the promised land and winning the championship? And the answer is hell no. It's time for them to depart ways from Jamal Murray.
Well, they don't have a lot of options to upgrade their roster outside of Peyton Watson, really. That's kind of their only roster move.
Well, you got to figure it out because Jokic basically said it himself. If we was in Serbia,